So hello everyone, I've been wanting to do a vlog for a little while, and since I'm alone in Sydney today I thought this would be a very good opportunity to actually do one. So please join me on my adventures around the city today. I'm going to be visiting some really interesting places and telling you a little bit about what I'm doing in Sydney along the way. So if you've been keeping up to date with my pictures on Facebook or on my blog, which is researchadventuresblog.wordpress.com, then you'll know that it's been quite rainy during my time here. But fortunately today it's been quite sunny. So I'm taking the opportunity to revisit the Botanical Gardens, which is just here. But for my first visit, I'm actually going to go in and see the Government House. Now this is where the Governor of Sydney actually still currently resides, so sometimes it's not open to the public, but I checked online and it seems to be open today, which is very exciting. I won't be able to take you in with me because you can't take pictures or videos while you're in there, but as we walk up this little lane here, the big Downton Abbey style mansion is going to appear just through the trees. So I'm not quite sure when this was built, but it looks very 19th century in style, and I'm hoping that there's quite a lot of interesting things I'll find out on the tour. So we have some really amazing views. So over here we've got a sneak peek of the harbour just coming into view there. And here we head up towards the Governor's House.
What they did is they...
As you can see, lots of tourists around here today. Well, a few tourists, not lots. I've seen quite a few more. And here it is. So it's really quite an amazingly large building, and not too different to what we might see in England or in Scotland. But it's surrounded by these amazing trees. And this one over here was planted by none other than our Queen Elizabeth II. So hopefully you'll come back and you'll join me after I've done my tour. So I've just been in to have the tour at the Governor's House right here, which was given by a wonderful lady called Jan. So she gave us a really in-depth information into all of the goings on here at the house. It was a little bit on the long side. She tended to go into a little bit too much detail here and there. So if you're just kind of wanting a general tour about the history, then you might want to maybe look up some information. Unfortunately, you can't come and visit the house and just have a tour yourself. You do have to join the tour group, but it was still fun all the same. So I'm now going to head off down to Pacific Keys, and you'll probably see me on the ferry. ferries go to most of the popular places around here, so if you want to get to the zoo or you want to go over to all the different harbour destinations, then ferry is definitely the way to travel, even if it is just a little bit slower. So I'm heading off to Cockatoo Island, partly because I want to know if it has cockatoos, and partly because it's one of the main islands that you can go and visit, and it's a national trust as well. So I'll see you there. Okay, so I'm currently in Cockatoo Island, and I have to admit it is not what I expected. I was expecting it to be sort of a national park reserve type thing with lots of cockatoos, and it is far from that. It seems to have been in old dockyards, and they've got it split into different precincts, so there's bits where you can see the old cranes from the early 20th century to build boats, and then there's the old harbour area and the old maritime area, and there's also a convict precinct, which I'm just heading to right now. I'm walking down a tunnel that's called Dogleg Tunnel. It's slightly scary, as you can see. It's very long and it's a little bit damp. And the reason why I've come down it was because, you know, tunnel, so you have to. If you want to come and film a zombie apocalypse movie, then I definitely recommend this place because it feels quite abandoned, and that sort of rugged, urban, early 20th century dockyard kind of look. So I'm going to head out to the end of this tunnel and I'll join you at the convict precinct. So I'm now just approaching the convict precinct, note the bars, and this is my first time seeing in here, so we've got quite a lot of convict barracks just in here, and then it opens into this courtyard area. So there was apparently a convict who did escape from here, and he went on to become a bush ranger for 6 years before unfortunately being tracked and shot. And that was around about the 19th century. So obviously in Australia they have quite a big history of convicts coming from Britain and being deported here to Australia. But quite a lot of them, they did actually go on to establish a life for themselves here. In fact, in my own research that I've been doing, one of the convicts that was sent here, who was called Thomas Hines, he ended up making quite well for himself, and he married a young lady, and we now have her sheet music collections in Sydney Living Museums, which is what I have been exploring. So this is absolutely fascinating to see all of this history that Australia is very proud of, particularly in Sydney. We have tons of historical things here to come and see if that's what you're interested in. Yeah, still quite surprised that this is named Cockatoo Island. Like I said, it's not at all what I expected, but apparently they do ghost tours here at night, which, had I known about that, I would have definitely wanted to come. I'm not quite sure if I have time now to do it, and I'm not sure if I really want to do it by myself, but it's something I'm going to be looking up and perhaps considering if I've got time. But as you can see, there's quite a stunning view. Obviously in the 19th century, the convicts wouldn't have necessarily seen all of this lovely harbour before them. They would have seen a very different kind of land. But to see it today and to see how the harbour has developed since this was a prison is really quite stunning. So I'm going to leave the video here, and I'll probably catch up with you when I visit my next place. So that's me now in Luna Park, and I'm going to finish my adventures for today here in the park. I was going to tell you a little bit all about Luna Park, but what I'm going to do is put that into a separate video because I don't want the vlog video to be too long. What I'd like you to do for me is to subscribe to the channel because I hope to do many more videos about my trip here in Sydney and about my other research adventures that I'm going to have over the next few months. Also give this video a thumbs up and comment below.